All right, guys, we're back for game number 2. Let's increase that score over here, and let's go and drop the poll simultaneously that I apparently forgot about. So, we got StepDads and Subject to Change. This being the map of choice for Subject to Change, StepDads, as Praxis was Subject to Changes, a map of choice. We're going to have Garrosh and Deckard and a Genji band so far. I like the bands from the side of Subject to Change. I think Deckard is probably the most potent healer overall, so either take him or ban him in the first go around. So finally, we're going to get the Asmodin and Genji band out here. I'm not sure they really should be too concerned about the Asmodin overall, because if the Dream was able to keep up with the Asmodin despite running low on mana, I don't think they're ever going to execute the Asmodin comp to such a degree that you should be worried about it. And Muradin's going to be a first pick here for this side of Subject to Change. Now, Muradin is a pretty good tank, but I don't know if he's really first pick worthy unless their goal is to try and tank lock him. And I'm not sure how well that's going to actually go for them. And with that, we're going to see the White Mane, and the Rainer. And that's a pretty strong combo, especially since White Mane can slow, and Rainer, well, his damage is boosted from slows. So the combo of White Mane with her extra tough healing and her DPS with the Rainer is going to be pretty juicy. But we're going to get a little playtime here because Stitches is coming on out with the Malfurion. Now, the problem with this is that they opted for Malfurion, they opted for Muradin and Stitches. Let that sink in. Which one of those is your solo laner? Because neither of them are a solo laner. At this point, I suppose you put Stitches in the solo lane, or you put Muradin in the solo lane. Because if you don't put Stitches in the 4-man, you have no kill pressure with the hook, and his hook becomes worthless, and he becomes a very, very odd choice. If you put Muradin in the solo lane, though, he has literally no clear pressure, so it's very easy for a real solo laner to actually push up. So this is easy picks here. Your Rel should be 100% picked right now. I mean, you basically have a real solo laner. She's really tough. She's just versatile. So you pick up your Rel right now as your solo laner. And then you pick up whoever else you want. You can also pick up Malthael, actually, which would be hella good here as well. Between Stitches having a large health pool and the fact that Muradin also has a high health pool. They already did choose the Rainer, so it's a little bit, I'd say like Tychus would have been really nice here, but it's not going to matter. I hope Jaina goes the machine gun build, because I've been seeing a lot of people not actually pick it up, the full Q build, and I question why you would play Jaina without that build. It's not very effective. Maybe in this situation it could be, because there's going to be 3 people where Ice Flows could theoretically get value. Now, Malthael also looks really good here, because there's 3 people that are high HP targets. So this is the hard part. Do you pick up your Rel for the extra peel? She can interrupt Sonya. She is just very potent all around, and they're opting for Leo due to the high health pools. I'm not sure I actually like that, because Leo isn't going to provide legitimate heal. Yes, he does have kill pressure, the Leo, but he doesn't have much peel skill. Now he could use an Entomb to peel by basically body blocking, or if someone tries to run past, block off their path. So yes and no. It's just very hard for me to see him being successful at peeling, because at this point, I assume that they're actually playing a dive comp, but they're not playing a dive comp with divers. So like Diablo goes in, Leo can follow, Jaina and Raynor cannot immediately follow. Against the shrine walls, however, they'll be close enough where they can follow up immediately. And it's going to hurt them a lot. The problem is that if they engage, use the Qs to slow, or if there's a flank, all of a sudden Jaina, Whitemane, and Raynor can get pressured by a Muradin jumping on over, Sonya running around the side. Any of those things happening could be potentially catastrophic for StepDads. They might have to file for divorce, have to find a new step family once again because of that. But we're going to jump on into the game for real this time. And we got Thunder 5 or Thunder V on the Sonya. We got Linehouse on the Li Ming. We got Sir Lancelot on the Malfurion. We got Math Problem on the Stitches. And finally, Wipeout on the Muradin for Subject to Change. And on the other side, we have The Dream on a Whitemane. We got Bidums on that Raynor. Bacon on the Jaina. Adam on the Diablo. And finally, Belize on the Leo. So that is going to be StepDads. So there'll be a stepping it up here, taking control of the vision as well. We got the Force Armor coming on up. We got the Perfect Storm, Shando's Clarity, the War Paint, and the Heavy Slam. So I don't like the Force Armor here. And that's largely because there's 3 people on your team who should be able to peel for you. It to some degree. Obviously, 2 of them are real tanks. 1 of them is a bruiser. But if you cannot get peeled as Li Ming with 3 big old bodies that are warriors, then you might as well lose the game. Now, this is going to hurt Linehouse overall because he's going to burn through his mana significantly faster. Additionally, he's also going to put out significantly less damage because he has Force Armor instead of Power Hungry. So the combination of it isn't looking good to me. Like they're probably, I'd assume, go for Tranquility with the 3-man comp, but Belize is getting bodied in the top lane by Thunder, coming on and smacking him in the face, and he's going to have to tap it up already. So 3 Storm Bolts have connected, 0 hooks that have been meaningful. And on the other side, we got the Devil's Due, the Consume Vitality, Ace in the Hole, Martyrdom, and finally, we got Fingers of Frost. Now, the big thing to point out is that Leo does combo well with Bidums. He does increase the DPS significantly as well. I just don't like it in place of the Yrel. Like, you can pick up Yrel, and Yrel has actual survivability overall. Now, with the Wraith form, they are able to reduce the sustained damage significantly. A beautiful Blizzard, and Sir Lancelot is going to be coming on down. No helping hand there is going to save the day because Bacon is ready to be cooking other people's bacon. So they get themselves an early game kill. It's going to be level 4s, and they get themselves some camps. So the camp pressure, not going to do too much. The real pressure is going to come from the shrine that they should be getting very shortly, as I don't see how they're going to be winning these shrine fights. Got Adam rotating on up, but Thunder is nicely mounted, which is something that you should know that a lot of people should be doing. In the solo lane, you should be mounted as much as possible. If you're not going to actually pressure the lane, stay mounted for 2 reasons. You can gank someone with your team much easier. 2, you can get onto the other solo laner much easier. Or you can have that happen. Uh, we just did some T-Tor action there, and they're going to have to back up a little bit here as they try to clear this up. And Veliz staying so he can get a few more of those skellies. So we've already increased an infinite amount for subject to change this game in terms of kills from 0 to 1. And they will pick up their shaman camp very late on the side of StepDads. Now, the longer they let this last, Adam coming on in, the blizzard in the body block, and Sonya has nowhere to go. And so, first things first, easy peasy kill for StepDads, like making it look like Sonya was all alone there. We got Adam looking, keeping vision, and not actually going to charge in, well disciplined there. And the blizzard to keep them fully zoned out. Because if they commit here, they're probably going to die here. Nice stun, come on out onto math problem, find the angle. Adam, those getting low, and he will be going on down there. So 59 souls were all he had, and they managed to finish up this Punisher on the side of StepDads. So even though they lost Adam there, it's well worth it. No souls lost. They're closer to hitting 10 or 7, I guess, technically right now. But 10's be the next talent tier to go. They have a Punisher pushing in very hard now. And, well, they're going to soak all the lanes. And soaking all the lanes is going to help them hit that level 10 advantage. So overall, they don't get too much. They get the front wall. They don't even fully get the tower. It gives them a nice XP lead though, and they'll both start going over to their own camps. Now, at this point, like I said, these camps don't do too much, and we got good old Jimmy coming on in hot with the bottom camp, which will mean they will have to focus either on letting the mid be matched or to clear up the bot on the side of subject to change. And so they're going to focus on clearing up the bot right now and let the mid be matched as is for now. Now, once we get Putrid Bile, which I'm assuming we're getting Putrid Bile, it's going to be much harder for them to deal with the melee kind of rush down or the overrun from the 3 melee. So we'll have Adam playing a ward, Bacon in the dream, sitting around waiting for a poor rotation. And this is what you want. When you don't have much to do, set yourself up to make plays. Now, they get unlucky and the rotation is actually over to the Bruiser camp, which is very well done from subject to change. Felice, however, will see this and they actually expect this fully. And this is a beautiful rotation from StepDads. They read them like they were their own children here. And Adam getting stuck under the blizzard, going to eat every single one. 10s have been picked up. They're going to get a 2 for nothing and the shaman camp. Adam coming in hot. We got the lightning. Sir Lancelot's been toasted extra crispy into nothing but ash. Beautiful read from StepDads. Absolutely beautiful. I feel like that's an award-winning play right there. You know, someone should give these guys some sort of trophy. Read what was going on, saw no one on the map, and knew exactly where they would be. Rotated as a team over to it, won it, got multiple kills, and the Merc camps. They got everything you could hope for. Bidum's getting chased on down though, will avoid the Stormbolt, and that's all she's going to be writing about a potential gank. So this is very, very bad for subject to change. We have a fort that's under half-life. We have a potential Punisher. We even have the structures already down a little bit. And Math Problem, but we got the leap onto the back, but it's not going to be enough. The Dream is going to back on out. It will pick up the kill, though, on Jaina, and this is going to be a 1-0. They don't get Math Problem. Oh, actually, Adam in left field, still here. He is going to be going down, losing the souls, but they might be able to pick up this Punisher in time. So Math Problem, baiting them out of their minds there. We have only 8 more to go. Belize might be willing to die for this. Bidums will not come back, but it will get hooked after the Stormbolt, and the Wave of Force will not be good enough. We got the heals, and Thunder's being chased on down by the Raider, and the Raider will not be enough to call it a win. However, 33-2, they've used a ton of heroics. Adam back in the thick of things, and they can now zone him out to get the rest of the objective. So this is one of the problems when death timers are low and you're falling behind. If you pick up kills, but you burn a lot of resources for it, and the other team burns nothing, they can theoretically come back and fight very easily. Additionally, they do lose a lot of people, but for nothing. They get no lead. They get no advantage out of it that they can actually do anything with. You can see they rotate top to try and do something, but they don't get a kill. And because they don't get a kill, they've essentially wasted all their time with their advantage. Instead of trying to do the camp and get the Punisher, they just focused on trying to get the kill and stagger it. So at this point, a beautiful stun from Adam. Thunder all alone coming on in. Gets a big old spear to Bacon's face. Tested if he was done for and not quite ready. So Thunder just going inting there for the most part, as no one on his team was joining him in that little Rambo expedition. So this is a 5v5 potentially. The hook on Adam, not exactly who you want to hook over. He doesn't have a lightning breath ready to go. The blizzard though, lots of damage. The March of the Black King coming on out too. Valise is going to pull on back, and they're going to pick up this camp and be able to retreat. So once again, a lot of heroics blown and nothing gained out of it. And we didn't see Putrid Bile, by the way. We saw Gorge. I'm pretty certain this is the wrong pick. In my mind, this is 100% the wrong pick. You want to be able to get onto the backline onto White Mane, and you want to be able to run down the Jimmy and Jaina. And without Putrid Bile, that is not happening. This is kind of dangerous from StepDads. Although they do have all 5 down here, Sonya is top. Fighting underneath this fort is still a little bit risky. So hopefully this time they will not be collapsed on. They don't have an advantage for much longer. It'll be 15-13. They will be able to hit 16. So I'd like for them to back up, soak to 16 on StepDads, and play this a little slower. They don't need the bot lane because the Punisher is in the mid lane. And if they were soaking the top lane, it would help them as well get to that 16 advantage. But it's still going to be a 15-13, and now they can aggress a little bit more as the fort is down. So the fort going down, however, does give them a nice old chunk of XP, which will keep them marching towards that 16 advantage. And once 16 comes around, I'm not sure how Subject to Change is planning to win these team fights, as they've been struggling to begin with when all 5 members are there on StepDads. A nice one coming in from Adam, looking for the damage on Math. He will be overpowered with the blizzard, but the leap top rope for Thunder not going to matter because Math is already down. Tranquility coming on up, and the finisher from the Frostbolt. Belize coming on in with the March, and the March is not going to do much more, but they do get themselves a 2-for-0, 16s, and a 4. Stepdads have taken out their belts, are angry, and are now going to finish off Subject to Change as best as they can, because they are going to pick up the Bruiser camp, which is going to push in with catapults. As you can see, already 2 catapults on top, which is going to be a lot of pressure. Additionally, once they get this picked up, there's going to be catapult pressure on the core, there's going to be the shamans, and there's going to be a Punisher knocking on their keep. There's a stun from Adam onto Matt, but there they go. Wipeout going on in deep. We got the Raiders on out there. The march across the back line and the spin to win on front. But Bacon is being a 1v1. But Bacon is too good. Finishing off the Li Ming. But the leap is going to secure the kill onto Bacon. He's been done for. But Wipeout, say goodbye. That's going to be a 4-man wipe. Let's jump on over to the replay, because that is likely going to be the game right there if the replay actually works. We got Adam going in initially. You see a Wipeout going in very deep in the 1v1 from a Linehouse. He does juke through the Blizzard, but it's not going to be good enough. The root from Bacon picks him up. And then we got the leap, and not going to matter too much. And, well, Malfoy already was in the back line. And with that, in the meantime, we have a Thunder going down again, a math problem going down again, and StepDads just taking an easy overall 2-0 series. We have not a single 4 dropping on the side of StepDads. Not a single 4 in either series. So, taking a look at what happened there, we have the story is told right here. We have a Rainer running away with 41.5k damage, about 50% more damage than Li Ming put out. At the same time, Li Ming only put out basically the same damage as Jaina. Diablo putting out the same levels at both, pretty much Jaina and Li Ming. And finally, close and right behind him, a Leo putting out similar-ish numbers as well. On the other side, well, we have a White Mane, 52.8k, Malfurion with a 48k, and finally the tanking, a Muradin hitting 56k, Diablo 52k, 51k, 37k, and finally 35k. And if we take a look at some of that soak, Leo and Rainer soaking up a ton there, and Jimmy Laner coming on through for StepDads with a very impressive performance from them in both games 1 and 2. We'll be back and see if anyone wants to do a little interview from the side of StepDads. And thank you, by the way, Murda, for the raid. Whatever reason, there we go. I didn't actually scroll it down. Definitely appreciate that. We just finished up the series, and everyone got to enjoy the last few minutes of that game, which was honestly a little brutal there. We had lots of deaths and a lot of pushing and a lot of structures going down. That's pretty much summarizes both games. Lots of deaths on Subject to Change, lots of structures going down, and little to nothing happening against StepDads. You can fight with Mom, all about the new StepDad, but StepDad wins at the end. So let's see if anyone wants to join us for an interview. So sit on tight as we get that set up.